Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mia and I'm so happy that you clicked on this video. Today we are resetting for another month. I feel like these months just keep zipping by and I have no time to get my feet on the ground. But I am so obsessed with doing resets. I love organizing and cleaning, and I feel like because I am constantly working in chaos up here that like my space gets really messy over the course of the month, and then by the end of the month it's just so satisfying for me to go in and like clean and organize and clean up my to-do list, set up for a new month. I just love it so much, so I'm very excited. I think this reset video I really want to try and change it up a little bit and show a lot more of my actual resetting and cleaning and wiping things down, organizing, decluttering. So I kind of want to go over what my reset to-do list for today is. I want to reorganize my office closet. I want to tidy my office space and also my room, build my reorder cart. I want to plan out content for October. I want to set new goals, and I also want to go over last month's budget breakdown and potentially set some new budget goals for the month of October. I can't believe we're in October. Last quarter, most difficult quarter, I think. Well, difficult in the sense that it's very busy and just Christmas, fall, Halloween, just so many things, Thanksgiving. So first and foremost, I kind of wanted to go over the goals from September and then set some new goals for October. I like to do this while my brain is fresh and I kind of have all my thoughts in my head before I start like actually cleaning and getting all sweaty. So last month I set 2 goals for myself: to get the brand ambassador program ready to launch and also come up with a plan for punch needle orders. And I completed the brand ambassador goal, and we actually launched the brand ambassador program and actually launched like the applications. And I am going through the process now of picking the reps and then sending out all their packages and welcome packages and stuff like that. So I'm very happy that I actually accomplished that because it's been on my to-do list for a very long time and I wanted to launch that for a while, but never like figured out how or the right time or how I was going to do it. And then come up with a plan for punch needle orders. I've kind of been thinking about this over the course of the month as I get like straggler punch needle orders, because if you don't know, I used to punch needle a lot and I would actually punch needle wholesale orders a lot, and I was doing like 60 to 80 coasters per week, and it was very, very difficult. My business was primarily punch needle at one point, and although I really loved the craft and I think it's therapeutic, I think it's relaxing, doing 60 to 80 coasters per week is extremely exhausting, especially on my hand. I start to get pain like all along the bottom of my hand. My fingers start to like get sore, especially this part of my hand. It gets extremely sore, and just like even my thumb and everything. So I've kind of took a step back. I think in like May I took a step back so I could prep for my summer market season, because I wasn't able to balance last year and I had to actually pull out of a lot of markets. By taking this break, I have really tried to work through the feeling of like not wanting to punch needle anymore. And long story short, I don't want to go into like a whole big spiel about it, but I've like halfway come up with how I want to do punch needle. I haven't fully settled on if I'm going to be taking it away completely, if I'm going to be doing pre-orders, if I'm going to be doing ready-made stock, like if I'm going to make a few and have them for sale. I was thinking about tailoring the mug rugs to more bookish and more cozy girl, so getting rid of all my designs and then coming out with new ones and only having a very select few that I come out with, and maybe 2 or 3 of each, so that I don't have like tens and thousands of different designs and it's overwhelming for me. So those are some of the possibilities. I haven't really figured something out, so I guess that goal's kind of like half done. I like to also set wellness goals for myself because I think wellness and mental health go hand in hand with the ability to be a successful entrepreneur and run a successful business. I think that if you're not taking care of yourself, then you can't fully be present with your business or your content creation, whatever it is. So I said 2 times of lifting weight in the gym, 3 to 4 times of at-home mat Pilates, wake up before 6:30 naturally again, and on the days I don't work out, go on a walk. The only one that I did was 3 to 4 times of Pilates. I actually started Pilates classes again. I canceled my membership, I think like 2 months ago, back in July, because it was really expensive gas-wise to actually drive there, because it's where I used to live and there's no closer Pilates studios to where I live now. now. So I canceled it to kind of see how I was gonna make that work in my like budget, and it actually took a huge toll on my mental health, and I have been struggling a lot with my personal life in like the past, I want to say like 4 to 5 months. So I think canceling that was not good for my mental well-being, and so I reactivated my membership again, and so I'm going 3 to 4 times a week. So that's the only one that I have completed in September. Now I want to set some new goals, and I also want to set some intentions for the month. I am really prioritizing me and my well-being and my mental health. I think it's super important, especially since we are entering literally Q4 madness, which I hope isn't extremely chaotic for me, because I don't think I can handle that right now. But I really want to prioritize me, like I said, and so a lot of my goals and a lot of my wellness goals are tailored to finding that balance with my personal life and my business life, because they are slowly starting to mesh into one, and I kind of want to keep the separation just for my sanity. So the goals that I've set myself for October, I tried to set them attainable. So I want to finish designing a new collection of bookmarks and stickers. I want to work on sourcing and researching a new product that I hope to bring to the shop next year. I want to start posting twice a week on YouTube and work on creating smaller, more curated collections instead of like huge chaotic ones. I find that I get really overly ambitious with my launches and start to like have like 10 different patterns, 5 different sizes, like 7,000 stickers, and it's like, okay girl, let's reel it in a little bit. Let's focus more on the quality and the passion and the love that goes behind the products, instead of like trying to make like 10,000 products and release them all and then not being able to market them all, show them all. And then my wellness goals for the month are, I want to do Pilates at least 3 times a week. I want to read every day for at least 20 minutes. I have not been keeping up with my reading. I think this month I've only read 3 books, and that is well below what I normally do, because I usually read anywhere from like 6 to like 8 books a month. And then I also want to eat cleaner and try to incorporate less inflammatory foods into my diet again. I have some sort of illness. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's actually an illness, if it's like an autoimmune thing, if it is an intolerance. I don't know. And I've been struggling with this for like 3 years, I think, and I'm still confused as to what it is that I'm doing. All I know is that when I was eating anti-inflammatory foods, I was thriving. So I want to go back to that. I've been very lazy with my eating, and I've just been eating kind of any and everything and eating out way more than I used to. So I kind of just want to reel it in and kind of take control of the things that I'm able to control in my life. One of those being what I put into my body, and stop being lazy. So yeah, those are my goals for the month. And like I said, my intention for the month is really just to focus on myself and also focus on bettering my mental health so that I'm able to show up for my business, because this is my full-time job. I love doing it. I love creating content, but I feel like if I'm not 100%, if I'm not supporting myself the way that I know I should be, I can't be what I need to be for my business, and I can't show up every single day and put my best foot forward with my job if I'm not doing it for myself off camera or in my own time, in my personal time. So those are my goals and intentions for the month, and I'm so excited to kind of work towards a better me and also at the same time a better business. So I'm very excited. I think the first thing that I want to do is go in my closet and pull everything out and kind of start to organize, see what's going on in there. I know I have some like laser machine accessories in there. I have my heat press. I have like this Alex drawer set that I want to boot out because it's no longer useful to me. I do want to go to Staples to get like a little, what are they called, file folder bin, so that I can put all the files that are actually in the file folder drawer. You'll see when I'm going through everything, but I have been needing to pull out the closet, and I was supposed to do it last month, but I just didn't have the energy to do that. So we're doing it now, and yeah, once I do that, then I'll be able to do the garbage and stuff, because I know I have a lot of trash in there. Therefore, it doesn't make sense to do the garbage now because there's just gonna be so much garbage. Okay, this is the closet. She looks actually chaotic, and Angel's literally in the garbage can. This is my closet. It is rough. When I first moved here, I just shoved everything away in the closet so that I didn't have to look at it, because I'm working with a very tiny space in this office. Well, tiny for me because I had a whole basement before. Anyway, my head's literally cut off and the cats are trying to go in the closet. So I'm basically gonna just start pulling stuff out and hoping that I don't get myself deeper into a rabbit hole of mess, because usually when I decide to declutter and organize stuff, I get way in over my head. we have finished reorganizing my office closet and tidying my office space. So I am very, very, very happy about that. I feel so much better in this office. It's cleaner, it's less dusty. I dusted all the shelves. I even wiped everything down with like all-purpose cleaner. I vacuumed the entire space. I cleaned out the garbage, so the garbage is empty. And I redid the office closet. I am kind of obsessed with how it looks. It is definitely not perfect, but it's so much more functional for me, and I'm now able to use the top of both Alex drawers, and I actually started to put stuff in the skinny one, which before I didn't really have much in it. I just had all my files and stuff in the very last drawer, but now I'm utilizing it more, and the shorter one is more for my sewing supplies. And at the very bottom I have my rolls of vinyl. I don't really use vinyl anymore, but I feel kind of like sad to throw it away, just in case once I throw it away then be like, oh, I could make this with vinyl. It's also really good for gifts and stuff, but I'm really, really happy with it. I am sweating, and I even vacuumed downstairs in my bedroom because I didn't feel like recording that because I was so sweaty and like hot, but I did vacuum downstairs. I also changed the cat litters because those need to be changed as well. Now I think I want to go over my financial budgeting and go through my expenses for September. I'm going to show you guys what my expense sheet looks like. I've shown you guys this before, I think, but I'm going to show it to you again, and we're going to go in and create a new one. So let me set things up, and then I'll bring you over and show you guys what I do at the end of every month to make it easier for me to track how much I'm spending for my business. So I realized I actually created one for September already, but this is what my cash flow tracker looks like. I made this really quickly in Google Sheets, and I've been using it ever since. I really love the category feature. It is probably my favorite feature that I have in this tracker. All of my total rows are auto-calculated, so I just have like a sum of all the amounts here. I have my revenue sources over here to the left, so each month I will go into every single platform and look at my dashboard and see what the revenue from that month was, and I'll go in and input this here, and then it will tell me what my gross revenue was. And then over the course of the month, sometimes I will go in and add these as I remember, but most of the time I don't, and I don't have the time for it. So what I'll do is I'll go in and add them all at the end of the month when I look at my bank statement for that month. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do now, and then once we're done that, we will have the graphs, and then we'll sit down and we'll chat about the breakdown and see where I spent the most money this month, and see if we're kind of on track for not overspending on things that I don't need to be overspending on. So I just finished going through my expenses and my revenue, and we have the official breakdown for September. And it's actually, this is why I love doing this, because I was thinking that I was spending too much money. After looking at the breakdown, I didn't even spend that much money. Well, as much money as I could, if that makes sense. So let's go through the breakdown. Let's talk about my expenses first. My biggest category is usually supplies. This is a very broad category. I feel like maybe I should split it up into different subcategories, but the biggest category for me is supplies. I spent 52.3% of my expenses dedicated to supplies. So that includes fabric, any tools that I need, like cutters, new rotary blades, mats, rulers, clips, zipper, like everything. Then we have subscriptions at 20.2%. This month was a very hefty month for subscriptions and yearly subscriptions that went through, like my Epidemic Sound, the platform that I use for all my music and my videos, had the yearly subscription renewal today, or not today, but this month. Patreon subscriptions definitely make my subscription category higher, my Adobe subscription, and like my email marketing subscription. So all of those subscriptions definitely add up at the end of the month, but I don't have like a really humongous subscription amount. It's just the fact that a lot of yearly subscriptions came out this month, and that's just how it is. But in the long run, it ends up being cheaper. Plus, it's just one payment of like, say like $100 rather than split up payments of like $7 every single month. So I don't know, it just looks better because then I don't have to see that subscription for another 365 days. Then shipping at 14.3%. This month's shipping was pretty high because I did sell a lot of book sleeves, and book sleeves have to be track shipping, and when the shipping is high, I just get really happy because if the shipping is high, that means I've had a good amount of orders. So I'm happy about that, even though shipping is literally so expensive that it should be a crime. Then we have marketing materials at 5.4%. Then office furniture. That category includes like buying new shelving, tables, but also like office decor, like fall decor, Christmas decor, stuff like that, at 4.6%. And then digital files at 3.1%. Now for the revenue. I have 6 sources of revenue. I would say maybe like 5 actually, because YouTube and sponsorships kind of go together, but technically speaking 6. The biggest source of revenue this month was fair wholesale. So I still do wholesale. So wholesale has probably been my biggest source of income for the entire year. And it is slowly decreasing because I don't do as much wholesale as I would like. I kind of want to revive my wholesale and just rethink about how I want to deal with that process, but this is not what this video is about. Basically, 55% of my income this month was from fair. Then we have 25% of my income, which is Shopify. Literally so crazy. That number used to be so low. It used to be at like 10%, 7%. So like the fact that this number is growing every single month is so cool. That's also why I love doing this, because you can see the growth. Anyway. Then we have YouTube at 11%. We have sponsorships at 6.6%, which is so cool. The fact that I can do sponsored videos and brands actually want to work with me, and it's just so cool. Then we have Etsy at 2% and Patreon at 1%. So those are my little revenue streams, and I am very happy with how this month went. I think this was a really good month for the business. I think that, I don't know, all the changes that I'm making and just finally coming to terms with the changes and accepting the fact that this is what I am made to do and this is what I love to do, I think is going to be proven to work really well for my business, and I'm just really happy. Welcome to the part of the video called Bookish Corner, where we talk about all things book. I do have a book channel, disclaimer, so I won't be going into super deep depth with these books, but I do want to talk about the books I read this month because I read such good books. I am so happy. This month was a slower reading month. I did not get to read as much as I wanted to. One, because I was in a big like slump at the beginning of the month and I got really sick. This kind of sickness where you can't even read because you're so ill. And then I was really busy with launch prep for the first 2 weeks of the month. And then after that, I've just been really focusing on content and stuff. And I've just been working and not being able to read. But I slowly started to make some more time and carve out some time in my nights to read, and actually carved out some time in the morning too as well, which we love. Slay. But anyway, let's talk about the books. Let's not talk about anything else. These are the 3 books that I read this month. The month is not completely finished when I'm filming this video, so I'll put on the screen if I read any more books, because I'm currently reading Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. But anyway, I started the month by finishing up A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. I'm obsessed. Okay, I literally have nothing else to say except I'm obsessed. I want to tattoo every single page of this book on my forehead because I'm obsessed. I think I loved this book more than I loved the first one, and I gave the first one I think 4 stars. This series is just getting better and better, and I'm so excited to read the second book. I'm just in love with the characters. I love, like, this has reignited my love for fantasy again, and I want to get more into fantasy as the months go on, and like the fall and winter time is perfect fantasy reading time, and I'm just so excited because I didn't think like I could really love another fantasy the way that I loved ACOTAR. I think about this book and the characters so much. I don't want to talk too much about what's happening in the book because this is the second book and I don't want to like spoil the first one. But just if you have been wanting to pick up a fantasy book or wanting to read this series in specific, the From Blood and Ash series, pick it up. Read it. If I could tell you to read one book from this wrap up, it's this one, okay? Next, I needed a little palette cleanser, okay, from all the fantasy, you know. So then I read The Match by Sarah Adams, and this book was so cute. Like, I really love short little cute rom-coms. You know, they're very predictable, they're very cliche, but they're just cute. Like, there's nothing else to say but just cute little romance. It was literally less than 300 pages. It's about Evie and Jacob. Evie is a service dog salesperson Anyway, she has a service dog. She has epilepsy, and she works with a company that assigns service dogs to other people who have disabilities of which they need a service dog. She ends up getting reached out by this guy named Jacob about getting a service dog for his daughter, and they end up meeting up and they get up on the wrong foot. It starts off that he doesn't really like her. They grow fond of each other, and it's just so cute. I love the romance in it. The characters were very likable and very realistic, so I really liked that this book wasn't too flowery and fake. Like, I really liked it. And then we read... Okay, I was so excited for this book. Like, after I read Wild Love, I was like, immediately, that was my first ever Elsie Silver book that I read, actually. And I was sad. I was like, I immediately ordered this. As soon as she opened up the pre-order, I purchased it, okay? Not to flex, but I do have the signed copy. I did order the signed copy from Slow Burn Books. So this is my prized possession, and I will be sleeping with this next to my bed for the rest of my life. However, I love this book, okay? Weston Belmont. Nothing else, just Weston Belmont, okay? I loved their romance. I loved the dynamic of their relationship. He is so funny, okay? Literally giving all the dad vibes, but like also giving hunk of man vibes, okay? I just really loved it. I love Elsie Silver's writing. I love how dialogue heavy it is. It makes for like a very easy and fast read. Even though this was like literally 400 and something pages, I read this so quickly and it's so digestible. Skylar and Wes, I just love it. I loved seeing Rosie and Ford as well in like some of the cameos. And then I already know the next book. It's Tabitha and Reese, I think it is. And we all know how I feel about the name Reese, okay? I'm looking at you, Akatar, okay? Yeah, anyway, I really love this book. I loved all the books I read this month. I think I had a really good reading month. It was very small and I only read 3 books, but I read some amazing books and they're just so good. And I love reading. Oh, I love talking about books. I love reading. If you're interested in watching my August and September wrap up, I will be posting that soon. I didn't post an August wrap up on my book channel because I've just been so busy, but I'm going to be merging them into one huge video. So if you are interested in watching reading vlogs or anything like that, I will leave a link to that down below. You guys can check that out. And let's quickly go over my October TBR because why not? So I want to read Guild by Raven Kennedy, I think that's her name. I have it on audiobook. Then A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston, A Crown of Gilded Bones, Jennifer L. Armentrout, which is the 3rd book in the series. Then I want to read Daisy Hates the Great Undoing because I need to be back in that story. The Housemaid is Watching by Frida McFadden, A Talent for Murder. I don't know who the author is for that. I'll put it on the screen, but this is my book club book. I am in a book club with a few other small business owners, and we picked this book. We picked Thriller for October, so I gotta read that. And then I want to read Reckless and Hopeless, both from the Chestnut Spring series. I want to close that up. And then I want to read Metal Slinger. I don't know who the author is for that, but I've seen Emmy Rosen post about it, and I've just like seen everyone and their mother post about it, and they're saying that it's giving romantic vibes, all the romantic vibes, and I need it. I literally need it. I'm in a fantasy kick right now, and I am about to devour every fantasy series humanly possible in the next 4 months. So that is the TLDR, except it was really long, and I love talking about books. About my books for the month. Thank you for listening to my bookish corner, and now let's move on to doing some more organization. I know that I said I wasn't gonna clean my drawers, but there are 2 drawers that are driving me nuts, okay? And I need to get them out of the way, otherwise I'm gonna be thinking about them for the rest of the month, and we can't have that. Because let me just show you the drawer and then you're gonna see what I'm talking about, because this is actually, like, this drawer is a wonderful depiction of what goes on in my brain. Let me show you. Like, hello, what even is this drawer? Receipts, snacks, paper, I don't even know. So we're gonna go through it and we're gonna make it clean so that we can actually use this drawer again.
Born over a fault line, bad teeth and worse habits, high heels in a trailer. If you want it, you should have it. Cracking like a glacier, observations of a tired out complaint.
I cleaned the 2 drawers that I really wanted to clean. One was my receipt drawer because I was collecting receipts that I didn't even need to collect. I'm not really sure why I was collecting every single receipt from the beginning of the year, but that's besides me. I think it was just laziness. And then I also wanted to clean whatever the heck that second drawer was. I had packaging in there, my microphone, the cord for my neon sign. Like, why did I have like 10,000 things in there? Anyway, I didn't like fully organize it because that would mean I have to do all the drawers and then put everything in the right spot, but I don't feel like doing that right now and I'm starving. So I think that's gonna be all the organizing a girl can do today. But I do feel so much better about getting everything slowly more organized as the days go on. I am very proud with how my office looks. It looks so clean and I really just feel fresh and reset for the next month. And I'm so happy that I took a couple of hours today to get this stuff done, because it looks amazing. The only last thing in here that I want to do is light a candle and get the cozy cafe coffee vibes in here, because I'm currently using this candle. Oh, it smells so good. It's like a vanilla coffee scent. Why am I showing you the top of it? Like, it's like a vanilla coffee scent. It's called A Day at the Cafe from Bath & Body Works. This is like one of the only good smelling candles that they had, other than the sweet whiskey one that I have in my bedroom. But it just smells so good. So when I get back from lunch, because my mom's picking me up and we're gonna go grab something, I'm hoping burrito, because I've been craving a burrito for a lot of days now, because that is the finishing touch of any reset day, is getting to light a candle or spray a little bit of air freshener and just feel like you did a good job. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did stay till the end, I'm so grateful for you. Maybe we can comment a broom emoji, okay, if you guys watch to the very end. But thank you so much for being here and for supporting my channel. I know that I'm always thanking you guys, but seriously, I am so grateful for each and every one of you who comment, silent watch, just support me in any way that you can. I am really appreciative of you guys, and I can't wait to continue making more content and videos and small business tips, so stay tuned for that. I have a bunch of fun videos planned up and queued up for the rest of the month of October, so stay tuned for that. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe so that you can join the Queenie community. I will see you guys all next week. Bye!